And this was a question from Jill. How do you plan to deal with the issue of homelessness, specifically housing, services, medical coverage? Any thoughts on homelessness?
Yeah, so I mean, any of us who have had family members or friends with mental health issues or addiction know that this issue can be very personal because, you know, I've had friends who have lived on the street because of addiction issues. And I think something that a federal representative needs to start with when it comes to homelessness is empathy, right? And thinking about our own experiences with that and thinking about my own experiences with that has been helpful. And every expert that I've talked to in this area has said the number one thing that we can do for homelessness in Riverside County is increase the supply of affordable housing. And I'm not just talking about truly low income housing that applies to literally people who are on the streets, although we do need that. I'm talking about expanding the overall supply so that there's less pressure across the market and more people get into homes, and so that it becomes more affordable across the county for everybody, right? So part of the way we do that is, again, with investment from the federal government, because unfortunately we've seen time and time again that developers have not been able to meet the demand for affordable housing. And so when I'm elected, I plan to partner with people like Congressman Raul Ruiz, like Congressman Mark Takano, and advocate for our county. Because if we've got 3 US House seats in Riverside County, all held by Democrats who meaningfully care about increasing the supply of affordable housing, that's a huge amount of leverage in Washington compared to what we have now, which is somebody who's actively fighting against affordable housing, who's actively fighting against doing anything about homelessness. Ken Calvert, right? But it's not just housing and spending money that's going to solve this, right? It's pairing that with treatment. Because if you don't do anything about treatment, people are going to be left on the streets. They won't get the help that they need. And one of the things that I've seen talking to folks who run federally health qualified centers across the county is that when you pair treatment with affordable housing in proximity, you see much better results. And you compare that to places like LA County, which has a horrible homelessness problem right now. And they've got low subsidized housing, low cost subsidized housing, where folks are having to take an hour bus ride to and from treatment. In places like Palm Springs, actually, the Desert AIDS Project, which has affordable housing, pairs that with a treatment center right across the street, 200 yards away. And their rates of success are much higher. And so I think trying to advocate for, pairing that meaningful, affordable housing with treatment in a walkable setting is a critical part of tackling this issue. And I really look forward to advocating for that when I'm elected.